This is teacher Haris Bhatt and you are seeing my YouTube channel Learn Accounting with Sir Haris. Today we are going to solve a question from A2 Accounting and the topic is cash flow statement. A2 Accounting 9706 cash flow statement, and this question of cash flow statement has come in February March 2532. It has recently come in the last month. So let's talk about the question. Source A for question 1. The statement of financial position of CF Limited were as follows. At 31st December 2023 and at 31st December 2024. Both years are given. Non-current assets are given. Office premises 3,20,000 at the start or at the end भी दी हुई है. Office equipment दिया हुआ है. Both years का motor vehicle was not there at the end of 2023. It means that it has been purchased recently in 2024. Current assets दिए हुए inventory, trade receivable, cash at bank. Then equity and liabilities is given. Ordinary share capital. If you just see that ordinary share capital were 3 lakh and now it has become 4 lakh. So it means that there is an issue of ordinary share of 1 lakh ordinary share have been issued. And the share premium has been reduced by 80,000. So it looks as if we have issued bonus shares. And you know that bonus shares are basically issued first out of share premium. And the remaining amount will be taken out of retained earnings. So it looks as if we have issued bonus share. Non-current liabilities, 8% debenture, 80,000 have been issued. And current liabilities, which is trade payables, has been increased from 81 to 1,04,000. Bank overdraft and 12% debenture is there, which is 60,000. And that has been basically is not available in 2024. It means that we have redeemed or we have paid back the debenture of 60,000 in this year, and we have taken another debenture of 80,000 at the rate of 8%. Ab dekhte hain, you must be thinking, sir, that why we have repaid the debenture? Because on 60,000 the interest was 12%, whereas on 80,000 the interest is 8%. So now we are basically having a more lucrative offer of debenture. Next, the following information is available. On 1st January, the office premises had been revalued upward by 1,20,000. On 1st September, an old photocopier with a carrying value of 8,400 was part exchanged for a new one with a cost of 25,000. A loss on disposal of 3,500 was recorded. Motor vehicles are depreciated at the rate of 20% per annum using the straight line method. Depreciation on non-current asset for the year ended 31st December had been made. Matlab, depreciation has already been made. A full year depreciation is provided in the year of acquisition and none in the year of disposal. On 1st February, a bonus issue was made for 1 ordinary share for every 3 shares held. Reserves were maintained in their most flexible form. As I discussed with you, that it looks as if we have issued bonus shares, 1 for 3, and dividend paid are given. Final dividend 0.11 per share, interim dividend which is paid during the year of 0.06 per share. The general reserve was created on 31st December. 12% debenture of 60,000 were fully paid on 30th June, and the 8% debenture 2030 of 80,000 was issued on 1st July 2024. Debenture interest was paid every 6 months. I just want to make you realize that this particular point is little easier what we have studied. It has come in 2023, and before that it has come in 2025 currently in February, March, and before that this point has come in 2008, 2009, 2010 in the cash flow statement. 2008, 2009, 2010 in the cash flow statement. So why it is different, I will let you know about that. 12% debenture of 60,000 was fully repaid on 30th June 2024. It means that this 60,000, we have used this debenture for 6 months and then it is repaid. And after 6 months, we have issued more debenture of 80,000 at the rate of 8% with an amount of 80,000. Let's see. The date is 31st December and 31st December 2024. But if you see the debenture, the 12% debenture was fully repaid on 30th June after 6 months, and 8% debenture were issued on 1st July 2024 on the same date for the next 6 months. We have to pay interest on that for every 6 months. So this is how we have used this particular point. Now, we have purchased a new old photocopier with a carrying value of, so I want to just write the entry that what we have purchased. So machine we have purchased with an amount of how much? 25,000. Oh, with an amount of 25,000, we have purchased a machine. right? Then bank is going to be credited because whatever we are making the payment, we don't know, and we will credit trading. This is part exchange actually. So you remember that I have given part exchange every time in your paper also because it comes very, very often, not only in AS, but in A2 also. So what is the trading? So let's see the amount of trading. There is a loss on disposal of 3,500 and the old photocopier with a carrying value of 8,400. It means 8,400 plus 3,500. The asset has been sold less than 3,500. So what I will do, 8,400 minus 3,500, because the carrying value is 8,400, but the asset is sold at a lesser price, at a price less than the carrying value. So 8,400 minus 3,500, this is 4,900. So it means that the carrying value is 8,400 and the asset has been sold for 4,900, and because of that reason we are sustaining a loss of 3,500. Book value is 8,400, but how much we got out of it? 4,900 का वो सेल हुआ है actually, या 4,900 का वो trade in हुआ है, and that is why we have a loss of 3,500. So the value of trade in, it means that in the new asset we are basically having a concession of 4,900. The remaining amount we are basically paying with an amount of bank. So 25,000 minus 4,900. This is what we have paid, 20,100 we have paid through check. I repeat this point. On 1st September, old photocopy with a carrying value of 8,400 was passed exchange for a new one with the cost of 25,000. So you have purchased a new photocopier with a cost of 25,000. That's fine. और तो पुराना फोटोकॉपियर है वो हमने ट्रेड इन किया, लेकिन कितने का हमें कितना कंसेशन मिला, हाउ मच डिस्काउंट वी अचीव from the price of the new asset, that is carrying value is 8,400, but we have a loss of 3,500. It means that the other person has given us the discount, the concession, the trade-in allowance of 4,900 in the price of the new asset. So trade-in will be credited and we have paid the balancing amount of bank through check 20,100. 8,400 में से I have subtracted 3,500, so 4,900 is going to be the trade-in value. असल में वो इतने का सेल ही हुआ है 4,900 का, तभी हमें लॉस हो रहा है कितने का, 3,500 का. ये एक पॉइंट था जो कि मैंने आपको बताना था. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट देखते हैं अमीर हम. नेक्स्ट कहता है जी हमें कि हमें क्वेश्चन में क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, हम उधर चलते हैं. Requirement that state how a business creates a general reserve. Obviously we took out some amount from the retained earnings, right, and we put that amount in the general reserve. So this is how we create general reserve. Decrease in retained earning and it will be added in general reserve. Explain why a business would create a general reserve. That is for the future growth of the business and future expansion of the business, or for the replacement of fixed assets. All things can be made. Fixed asset replacement, future growth of the business, or future expansion of the business, we used to record that. Okay, now let's see. A statement to show the profit from operation. We can't prepare the cash flow statement because of the reason that we don't have profit from operation, because you know that statement of cash flow is going to start from profit from operation, not from the profit for the year. We started from profit from operation. So we need to calculate profit from operation by going reverse in the retained earning column. So let's see. Retained earning at the start is given, that is 245,800 and 207,000. Let me write it down. I will write here. Retained earning at start. Sorry. Retained earning at start is 245,800. 245,800. Then we will add profit, which we don't know actually. I don't know what is the profit. And retained earnings at the end, that is also given in the question. I will show you. 245 is the starting value here, and retained earning at the end is 207,000. I will write here 207,000. Now, let's see. Obviously, profit we don't know. Then there is going to be a transfer to general reserve, because we have transferred some amount to the general reserve. Sir, how much? Let's see. The general reserve was 0 in the last year, but now it is 30,000. It means 30,000 has been transferred from retained earning to general reserve. So If we transfer retained earnings, general reserve will be increased and 30,000 will be subtracted from retained earnings. Sir, why we are doing this? Unfortunately, we don't have profit from operation, and the cash flow statement requires profit from operation, right? We don't have this variant. I will send it to you. So profit is basically, we need to find profit for the year so that we can go reverse to find operating profit, because cash flow statement starts from profit from operation. So that is why we have to prepare the retained earning column, and then we have to go reverse. Now, what more amount is going to be subtracted from this? Dividend paid and, sorry, let me correct it. Final dividend and interim dividend will be paid. Let's see in the question. If you see the final dividend, this is the dividend. Final dividend is paid on 1st March, 0.11 per share on all share in issue on 31st December. It means that the final dividend is basically paid at the rate of 0.11 per share on 31st December. If you just see the question, the bonus shares are issued after 31st December. So it means bonus shares will not be entitled for the dividend. Only the original shares will be entitled for the dividend, which was in the previous year. So 0.11 per share is the dividend. Let's see. What was the original shares? They were 4 lakh now, but they were 3 lakh at the start. So 3 lakh into 0.11, we will get the final dividend, which is 33,000. Now, interim dividend is calculated at the rate of per share of 0.06 per share on all share in issue at 31st July 2024 at the end of the year. So these shares basically includes the bonus share also. So the bonus shares are basically 1 lakh. So 4 lakh into 0.06, that amount will become 24,000. So I will subtract 24,000 from this. And then we are supposed to subtract the bonus shares, which will be taken out of retained earnings. सर ये कहाँ से आ गया? ये तो आता ही नहीं है. अभी इसको समझाते हैं हम कि बोनस शेयर जो है वो कहाँ से टपके हैं. If you just see the question, it is clearly stated that 5th point, on 1st February, a bonus issue of shares was made on 1 ordinary share for every 3. 1 for every 3. So let's see. How many shares are in the start? 3 lakh. 3 lakh divided by 3, 1 for every 3 into 1. So 1 lakh bonus shares we are issuing, right? And the per share value is basically 1 lakh. Now, how these bonus shares are issued? See the question again. We have to take out the amount first from share premium. The share premium is given 80,000. The whole share premium has been utilized. So I will debit share premium because the amount will be subtracted from share premium, will be taken out from share premium, right? That is 80,000. And the remaining amount will be taken from the retained earnings. That is going to be 20,000. And share capital is going to be credited with 1 lakh. The share premium debit 80,000, retained earning debit 20,000, and share capital credit 1 lakh. Let's move forward. So that's why it means that the bonus shares will be taken. 20,000 will be taken out of retained earnings. So that will be subtracted from here, 20,000. Right? Now we'll go reverse actually. क्या करेंगे फातिहा? हम 207,000 plus 20,000 plus 24,000 plus 33,000 plus 30,000 or minus 245,800, we will get profit for the year. 207,000 plus 20,000 plus 24,000 plus 33,000 plus 30,000 minus 245,800. जब रिवर्स जाते हैं ना, तो जो चीजें ऐड हो रही होती हैं वो लेस हो जाती हैं और जो लेस हो रही होती हैं वो ऐड हो जाती हैं. So the profit is going to be 68,200. Now I can calculate profit from operation because we need profit from operation actually. And profit from operation, we subtract interest from that, and then we get the profit after, profit for the year, sorry. So profit for the year we have already calculated. We have the profit for the year, and that is 68,200. Now we can calculate profit by adding interest in that. But what is the interest? That is the big question. So what is going to be the interest expense? So let's move back towards the question again. If you see that there are 2 types of debenture, 80,000 of debentures are issued after 6 months with 8% interest, and 60,000 of debenture are redeemed, are paid back after 6 months, right? They are issued after 6 months, 80,000, and they are paid back after 6 months. It means that on 60,000, you will pay interest only for 6 months. So 60,000 multiplied by 12% into 6/12. सर वी डिडंट गेट इट, मैं बताता हूँ बेटा। 60,000 जो आपके डिबेंचर थे, ये आपने जनवरी से लेके 30 जून तक यूज किए और फिर पैसे इस बंदे को वापस कर दिए, तो इंटरेस्ट कितना पे करेंगे? आफ्टर 30th June, these 60,000 debenture are not with you. You have paid back the loan of those people to whom the debentures have been issued. So you will pay interest for 6 months. 60,000 into 6/12. So that is going to be 3,600. Next, for 80,000, they are issued on 1st July. So you will pay interest at the rate of 8% because on those debentures, interest rate is 8% and into 6/12 for 6 months. That is going to be 3,200. So the total is going to be of these two, that will be our total debenture interest expense for the year. And that is going to be how much? 6,800, if I'm not wrong. So I will write here 6,800 in bracket. और ये 6,800 में ऐड कर दूंगा, यानी 68,200 plus 6,800, we will get profit for the profit before operation, which is 75,000. This is how we have calculated profit from operation, through which we are going to prepare the cash flow statement actually, because the question has basically asked us to prepare the cash flow statement, but we can't prepare cash flow statement. Why, sir? Because cash flow statement starts from profit from operation. And in this question, profit from operation was not given in the question at all. So we have calculated first through the retained earning columns, retained earning at the start and at the end. We have gone reverse by adding bonus share taken from retained earnings, interim dividend, final dividend, transfer to general reserve, and retained earning at the start to get profit. And then we have added interest expense in profit to find profit from operation, through which we are going to start the cash flow statement, which is 75,000. So if there is any problem, you can ask me, because this is the most difficult point actually regarding this question or whatever you can say. Okay, let's move forward now. Next part is going to be, that will be one thing which is important, that normally, generally, expense figure, which is over here, is not the paid figure, but he has clearly stated that whatever be the debenture interest was fully repaid. Debenture interest was paid every 6 months. So we are basically making the payment of debenture interest every 6 months. It is mean that both the amounts have paid also. It means this is the expense figure also, and this is the paid figure also. So first of all, what I will do, add in profit from operation, I will add depreciation on building, then add depreciation on motor vehicle. Let's see that what is the amount. If you see the questions, yes, loss on sale of asset will be added. I can add that. Okay. If you are just having a add loss on sale of asset, because these all are basically non-cash items, right? There is no cash outflow because of these items, so they are non-cash expenses. So they are going to be added. So loss on sale of machine, that is, it will be added actually, and the loss on sale of machine is how much? That is 3,500, if I'm not wrong, because loss is given only, that will be added. So let's talk about depreciation again. So first of all, we have to see the okay. First of all, we have to see the depreciation. If you just look at the question, office premises is 3,20,000, right? And if you add, the premises has been revalued. How much? 1,20,000. So 3,20,000 plus 1,20,000, that becomes how much? Obviously 3,20,000 plus 1,20,000, that becomes 4,40,000, right? But the value given office premises at the end of the year is 4,18,000. So what is the difference? That is the depreciation. So we have depreciation on building 4,40,000 minus 18,000, that is 22,000. So depreciation on building which will be added is 22,000 because the ending figure is not the same, right? Because it is clearly stated that the asset, the premises has been revalued. So it becomes 4,40,000 actually, but because it is given 418,000, it means it has been depreciated. So motor vehicle, depreciation on motor vehicle, 1,16,000 we have purchased, newly it has been purchased. And the depreciation is basically motor vehicle at the rate of 20% using straight line method. The problem in this question is this, that depreciation on non-current asset for the year ended 31st December had been made. It means it has been subtracted already. So the 1,16,000, that 1,16,000, I will write here. Okay, here. That 1,16,000 is after depreciation. So that is equal to 80%. That is equal to 80% of the cost of the motor vehicle, right? So what is going to be the cost so that we can find depreciation actually? 116,000 divided by 0.8. What is the amount? Can you tell me? Because 20% has already been subtracted. So 1,16,000 divided by 0.8 you will do. Then you will find the total amount of depreciation. So what is the
145,000.
Yeah, okay, 145,000. Now 145,000 minus 116,000, you will get the depreciation on motor vehicle. How much it is going to be? 145,000 is the cost.
29,000.
Yeah, now the value is 116,000. So the difference is going to be the depreciation, and that will be, as I just, sorry, 29,000. Yes.
29,000.
Yes. Now we have to calculate depreciation on machinery. I missed that. So we have to calculate depreciation on machinery also. Okay, let's calculate that. So if we talk about machinery, the depreciation on non-current asset had already been made. 1st September, an old photocopier with a carrying value of 8,400 was part exchange. A new one with the cost of 25,000, a loss on disposal of 3,500 has been made. So let's see where is the motor office equipment. So this is going to be the office equipment. Because of that, we are basically going through, what should I say? We were taking all what things we are taking actually. We were basically getting the net book value or the photocopier. So let's prepare the office equipment account. Yes, I will prepare the office equipment account. So I'll prepare here, okay. Equipment account. First, I'm going to write the drawdown. I will just write the amounts, okay. So brought down is going to be regarding office equipment. That is 235,000 and the ending is 214,000. So I will write brought down 235,000 and the carried down is how much? That is 214,000. So I will write here 214,000. Then we have purchased a new photocopier, and the amount of that new photocopier which has been purchased is given in the question, that is 25,000. The entry we passed ki maine already. I have passed the entry 25,000. So I will write here, that is, you can write it with bank or you can write it with bank and trade in both, one and the same thing. Now I will write here disposal, and the difference will be the depreciation. Okay. Now disposal, we have to write the net book value of disposal, not the cost, not the trade-in value, not the carrying value. You have to write the cost of the disposal. So let's see that what is the cost of the disposal. If you see, an old photocopier with a carrying value of 8,400 was part exchange for a new one with the cost of 25,000. A loss on disposal of 3,500 was recorded. So the net book value is already given in the question regarding the old photocopier which has been sold, which has been disposed of actually, because of the new photocopier has been purchased, that is 8,400. So I will write 8,400 over here with disposal. and the difference is going to be the depreciation. So how much it is going to be? Means the total of the debit side, and the difference is going to be the depreciation. Two 35,000 plus 25,000, it will become how much? 260,000 and minus 214 and minus 84,000.
37,600.
37,600. So I will add. Now the remaining question is not that difficult. Depreciation on office equipment, that is 33,600. Then let's see about the working capital changes. If you see the question, here it is. Oh, sorry. Inventories 54, say it has become 88. So there is increase in inventory and there is a cash outflow of 33,000. Okay. 34,000, sorry. Then trade receivables are decreasing by 10,000, 153 and 143. So it means there is a cash inflow of 10,000. Increase in inventory, let me move less because it is a cash outflow. Less increase in inventory and decrease in trade receivable. That is going to be increase in inventory will be an outflow because we are purchasing the inventory, and decrease in trade receivable will be an inflow because we are getting the amount from trade receivable, collecting the amount from trade receivable. Then becomes the trade payables. Trade payables 81,000 and 1,04,000. So trade payables are basically increasing by 23,000. So there is going to be cash increasing trade payable. So that will be cash inflow, purchases to trade payable. So there is a cash inflow of 23,000. Then we will subtract less interest paid. And we have already calculated interest paid because whatever the expense figure was, it is the paid figure, 6,800 given in the question. You can find the net price now, and we can find the cash flow from operating activities. What is the net amount? You have to write the net amount. G, what is the amount actually?
Sir, 8,300.
8,300. Okay. So 8,300 is going to be the 8,300 is not the right answer, though.
80300.
Yeah. 80300. Now you can add them up. So the answer is going to be 159,300, and that is going to be cash flow from operating activities. Now I have to write the cash flow from investing activities, right? Cash flow from investing activities, and here comes the purchase of what we have purchased, purchase of office photocopier or equipment, you can say whatever you want to write, and you will write the amount paid only, beta. You will write the amount paid, and the amount paid is not 25,000. The amount paid, the cash is 20,100, and that's it. There is no other cash flow from investing activities. That's it.
Sir,
Yes,
the cash flow from operating is 155,300.
155,300. Okay. But here it is 159. I have calculated that. That is 159,300. So what is the problem? If you just look at it. Difference is 4,000. ओके, अभी हम करते हैं आगे, फिर आप कैलकुलेशन करते रहना साथ साथ. सो नेक्स्ट इज गोइंग टू बी, देख लेते हैं ना आगे करके. सो द परचेज ऑफ व्हीकल will not be written as 25,000. It will be written as 25,000 minus 4,900. 20 जो आपने परचेज किया है वो आपका आएगा. Then we have purchased actually we have purchased, that is going to be purchase of motor vehicle. That cost, that is the new motor vehicle which we have purchased. For that we have calculated depreciation. We have gone reverse to find the amount of the cost of the asset. So that purchase is 20,100, and then purchase of motor vehicle. And we have calculated that 145,000. You can add them up to find the cash flow from investing activities, the total of that, and then I will calculate the cash flow from financing activities. So it includes the
165, 100.
165, 100, 165, 100. Then redemption of debenture we have done, that is going to be an outflow, and that is 60,000. So we have paid 60,000, and issuance of debenture, there. We have issued debenture also for an 80,000. 60,000 we are making the payment, that is a cash outflow. And 80,000 debentures we are issuing, that is a cash inflow. But there is no change in, remember, there is no change. Dividend paid is now here. There is no change. It is going to be on shares. Why, sir? Because bonus share does not involve any cash change. So cash will remain the same. There is no change in cash position, right? So now we are supposed to be pay the dividend. So dividend paid is going to be how much? Final dividend 33,000, interim dividend 24,000, that is 57,000. So that is going to be a negative 57,000 outflow, and that's it. We will go with the total, and we can find the net cash flow from net cash position. ये क्या आता है जी?
Negative 37,000.
Okay, negative 37,000 is going to be this. So now let's calculate the net cash increase or decrease. How much it comes?
Two 83, 400.
No. How come? 1,650. This is basically outflow. Sorry. This is an outflow. This is a negative figure. So this will also be an outflow because we have purchased the non-current asset. So it is going to be a negative figure. Here also 1,651. Now you can tell me.
ये तो नेगेटिव में है.
जी.
42, 800.
Yeah, 42,800 is the negative net cash we have. Now we will add cash and cash equivalent at the start, which is 4,800 positive. And you will be having cash and cash equivalent at the end, which is 38,000 negative. I will show you. Let's see. Net cash is 42,800 negative. Now, if you just see the question, at the end, we have a bank overdraft of 38,000 negative. Okay. And at the start, we have a positive cash at bank of 4,800. We have positive cash at the start of 4,800. During the year, we have an outflow of 4,800. Add cash at the start, which will decrease our overdraft to 38,000. So the cash and cash equivalent at the end is negative 38,000 or a bank overdraft, which is clearly shown in the balance sheet that our answer is correct. And there it is, 38,000 bank overdraft. So cash flow is definitely a difficult question, but at least we can, see our answer that how much we have done it correctly. We can assess a little bit through the preparation. So this is one of the difficult questions, and I told you that we'll find a difficult question of cash flow if non-current asset schedule doesn't come in the exam. So maybe I'm going to start some physical classes with you. I don't know when you have paper, but I will message on 1st of May. You are supposed to come to my place and we'll have a 4 or 5 hour session so that